the ugly truth about the speaking industry right now. So here's the deal. If you are a speaker, if you're a professional keynote speaker, if you're a trainer, if you have ambitions to speaking, that's a great thing. But COVID has hit and the speaking industry has completely collapsed, pretty much. Big names around the industry, around the world, such as Mel Robbins, Gary Vaynerchuk, have all been very vocal in telling everyone that how overnight the flourishing speaking career just took a nosedive into the COVID environment. And when one industry caves in, that creates room for a new industry to emerge. And the industry that I'm talking about is using speaking as a marketing tool. So if you are a service provider, an expert, a trainer, a speaker, and keynoting has just kind of flunked for you because of the environment that we're in, if you can learn to use speaking as a marketing tool, that can allow you to also build momentum and generate the leads, the clients, the sales that you want in your business. So here's how it goes. Anytime that you speak, you're able to generate leads and clients. When you speak for free, in fact, I could be here right now in Canberra, Australia. And in the past few weeks, I've spoken to events, online events in Singapore, Lisbon, UK, America, parts of Australia, simply from being at home, simply using Zoom and being able to add value, speak and make an offer. So when you can speak for free and make offers, that's when you can use speaking as a marketing tool. So here's the difference. Whereas the keynote speaking industry has just plummeted, that has created a huge abundance of opportunity for those people who want to use speaking as a marketing tool. Because you're not asking for a fee up front. What you're asking is to add value and then to make an invitation as should the audience want what you have, that's the opportunity for them to take it up. And it's in a very non-salesy, non-pushy, in-your-face kind of way. In fact, it's the most authentic way. In fact, that's how I started my How to Find Your Passion Minus Your Resume emotional intelligence training, because I had the website, I had the business cards, I had the brochure, I'd advertised, I did everything to say that I am now in business. Here I am, someone pick me. Nothing was working out. Until the thing that scared me the most was speaking. And once I crafted a talk and then made an offer at the end of that talk, that's when people started signing up to want to work with me. And that's how I built it out till I became Canberra's Young Businesswoman of the Year. And so now I take that and I train people how to be able to use speaking as a marketing tool to also generate leads, clients, and sales. So here are the 3 things that you want to keep in mind when you're making an offer. Numero 1, when you're making an offer, when you're speaking for free, you want to make sure that you get really clear on what it is that you're going to be offering. Like, I know that sounds like really crazy, really simple, but hear me out. Anytime that you write an information, education, or keynote talk, you start by writing the introduction. Hi, my name is Rita. I'm going to talk to you about X, Y, Z. When you're delivering a talk to generate leads and clients and sales and really add value, a transformational experience for the audience, you don't start writing the introduction. You begin by writing, what is it that my offer is? What is it that I want people to do, to feel, to see, to gain when I finish speaking? That is your offer. Do you want them to sign up to your newsletter? Do you want them to sign up to a discovery session? Do you want them to become your client, to purchase your membership? Do you want them to fundraise? Do you want them to become a volunteer? What is it that you want to do? And you got to get really clear. Because once we know what we're offering, once we're clear on that, then we reverse engineer the talk so that the beginning, the introduction, the middle, everything points to the end goal. And the end goal is what your offer is. Because if you just take an information, education keynote and just tack on at the end of it an offer, what you'll find is you won't land to convert that offer, or 2, while you're speaking, you're going to go off in a tangent, like you're going to go on a rant. And that creates a lot of sporadic information that the audience can't cling on to. And then you make an offer and it's like, it doesn't go anywhere. So that's why you got to start with what's the end in mind. What it is that you want people to do, be, see, have. And then once you get clear on that, we can then start to reverse engineer the talk. That's like really important. Step 2, when making an offer, is you need to speak to the result. What's the result that's possible from working with you? Your offer is not your coaching, it's not your boot camp, it's not your membership, it's not your book. Those are the things that you need to do, your coaching, your consulting, your boot camp, to get someone to a result. But what's the result that someone will gain from hiring you, from purchasing what you do? That's how to language your offer. The language of your offer needs to speak to the result that's possible from working with you. So if you say, I coach people, and I coach people to live a healthy life, that's great. But you're starting with what is it that you do, and that's self-centric. Being a coach or being a trainer or being a speaker, can you actually get the person to a result? That's all they want to know. So I was working with a lady who was a photographer and she needed more clients. And I said, okay, so tell me what you do. I take pictures as a photographer. And I said, so why do you take pictures? What's your offer? So people can put on social media, she said, so people can put on LinkedIn. And I said to her, you know, the only reason why anybody would want to take a picture, I mean, ladies, you can hear me on this one, and gentlemen too, is because you want to look fit, fab, and photogenic. If you don't look fit, fab, and photogenic, nobody wants that picture around. So now when she goes and speaks to make an offer, rather than saying, I'm a photographer, which then makes you compete with every single photographer under the sun or in your region, instead she gets up and says, I help you look fit, fab, and photogenic. And does that not pique your attention? Does that not make you think, oh, that's interesting? Tell me more. And that's why the language is really important to speak to the result, which brings me to step number 3. And step number 3 is sell them what they want, give them what they need. It's a really fundamental marketing ism. Sell them what they want, give them what they need. So here's how it worked. The photographer Shannon, sell them what they want. People want to look fit, fab, and photogenic. Great. Now when they hire her, she gives them what they need. The lighting, the makeup, the colors, the lenses, everything they need to get them to fit, fab, and photogenic. Now, being an expert in what you do is a given, right? But that's what you want to keep in mind when you're making an offer. Number 1, making sure that you reverse engineer the talk, making sure that you start with the offer and you don't start by talking about the content. You've got to look at where do you want to take your audience to. Number 2 is you've got to make sure that you speak the language of results, that you label what it is that you do, that you speak to what it is that you do with the actual words, the actual results that's possible, like fit, fab, and photogenic. And then number 3 is you want to make sure that when you do that, you keep in mind that you sell them what they want. And then when they come to work with you, you give them what they need to get to that want, to get to that result. And when you can keep that in mind, that's going to enable you to generate leads, clients, and sales through making an offer. Now, if you'd like to learn a lot more about that, down below, there is a template that I've got and a training that gives you this whole thing in a lot more depth. So you just got to click down below, click on it, and you'll go straight to it. And I think it's going to be on different time zones. So check out which time zone is going to work out for you. If you've liked this, please give it a like. Please make sure you comment. Let me know, what is it that you do? Do you speak and to generate leads, clients, and sales? Are you finding it more abundant in this market where the speaking industry, the keynote industry, has collapsed? Are you finding that there's an abundance of speaking to sell opportunities? And if so, please let me know below. Please let me know your thoughts. I'd love to hear what your comments are and what you're thinking. And if there's anything you want to know about how to generate leads and clients speaking for free, give it to me right down there. Give it to me right down there, and I'll make sure to put the next content up answering your questions. Thank you so much. And my advice to myself and to you is that life is a gift. and together, let's unbox it. God bless.